Okay, now I told you how to make a connection between a Python program and the database which you are trying to access. But making a connection with the database is not good enough. Okay, one more thing you need to do, but before that, let me tell you one more simple thing. I developed a connection. I told you that import that package. You can, if you want, you can give a short name. This is my connection object. This is called my connection object. Okay, this is called connection object. Fine, I'm writing short, .bg, and this is your short name dot connect function. Host equal to localhost. I'm writing localhost because there is no server client model. I'm working from my standalone system. As long as there is no standard server client model, you confidently write here localhost. User equal to root because no username is set when the Python this thing, the MySQL was installed. If any user ID is set, then the user ID you have to give. Password is the password which we use when you start working with MySQL, and database is the database name which you are trying to access. But how do I know that this connection is established properly or not? Maybe there is something wrong. I wrote something wrong here. Maybe I wrote something wrong accessing the database, or the database is there in a particular portion of the hard disk which is corrupted, okay, which is damaged because of some reason. There can be various situations. So in order to do that, in order to check that basically, we can use a function. What is the function? The function is called isConnected. Is underscore connected. Okay. How do we use this function? We write if mc dot isConnected. So you can easily make out isConnected will return a value true if the connection is established properly through MC, and if the connection is not established properly, it will return you a value false. So you can say if MC dot is connected, you can print something that yes, it is connected, else not connected, or something like that. Fine. Something like that you can write. So this, by this test you can find out the connection is established properly or not. The function is connected. Remember this very, very carefully. Now what I was saying, that when we make a connection with the database and the Python program, that is not good enough to write programs to create an interface. Why? Because normally when the SQL commands are executed, okay, the result that we get as a result of query, we can say, that generally contains huge amount of records in it. In our lab, what happens in our everyday practice, we just take 4 or 5 records and we write select commands just to make sure that things are working according to the concept understood by us. But in a real life situation, a table may have hundreds and hundreds of data, and when you are executing a query, the result that you get, that result also may have many records in it. It can have 100, can have 500 records also, right? So as a result of query, whatever you get, if I get say 200 records or 500 records, the entire result is called a result set. Remember the name. It is called a result set. A result set therefore can have many records in it, n number of records in it. Now why are you connecting a Python program with the database? Because obviously you would like to go through those data. Fine. If only view was our purpose, if I only have to get the result set and view it manually, then I could have done it through a MySQL environment only. Why shall I connect it with the Python? I am connecting with the Python, that means I would definitely like to fetch the data that is there in a particular row or maybe in some rows. Okay? So we get the SQL command, result of SQL command, that is result set in our Python program, and after getting that result set, we analyze it. Okay. Now in order to analyze it, I need to go through every record at a time. Okay. Only one record I can go through at a time by, if I have to use logical comparison with if, then I have to access one record at a time. In order to do that, another object is created that is called the cursor object. What it is called? It is called a cursor object. Right? So basically the purpose of cursor object is what? Cursor object will be connected to the Python. This is my Python program, and the Python program's connection, or let me call it MC. This is my connection object. Connection object is further connecting us to the database. Our database was CL12, right? So here is our CL12, right? So how to create that cursor object? This cursor object again can be created this way. Which way? Look at this carefully. We can write an object name. Say I name the object name as myc. Okay, my cursor. MYC. This will be equal to this connection object MC dot the function name is cursor. If you write this much, then what will happen? A cursor object will be declared, like my C is a cursor object. He is connected to the connection object MC. Okay? And MC builds up a connection between the Python program and the database. So now, from here we can execute the SQL commands. How? It is very simple. Supposing you want to execute the command, select star from, say there is a table under this database class 12, so there is a table called item. Right? There is a table called item. Item has some records in it. Right? So I want to see just all the records. So I will write select star from item. That should be my command. So what we can do here is, once this cursor object is done, created, we can write myc dot execute, whatever will be the name, dot execute, there is a function, and here we can write the SQL command. That SQL command has to come within a pair of double quotation or single quotation mark. Select star from item. If you do so, then what will happen? This cursor object will be able to execute one SQL command. So the whole result set will be sent to him. The whole result set will be with cursor object. Now this whole result set of the cursor object, once it is, the whole result set is here, you can go through one by one. That advantage you will get. Now, how to see the whole result? I said I don't want to go through it like this. I just wanted to see it all together. Fine. If you want to see it all together, what you can do, you can take a variable like this. What kind of variable is this? I'm just coming to this point later. You can take a variable equal to the syntax is your cursor object, okay, myc dot. Now here you have a choice of functions. You can write some functions over here. I will discuss those functions one by one. For time being, I am just telling you only one function, that is called fetch all. If you write fetch all, then what will happen? In this variable, the entire result set will be fetched. Okay, he has the entire result set, but from the entire result set, we have a choice. I can have only selected results coming over here. I can have only one result coming over here. I can have few results, like 3-4 rows coming over here. That I can decide, and that is decided by using this function fetch all. Now since I wrote fetch all, from the entire result set, the whole thing will be accessible to data. Fine. Like there is a function called fetch 1. If you write fetch 1 here, then only from the entire result set which is there with the cursor object, only one row, first row, will be accessible to this variable. So basically, who is data? If I print this, remember I got the entire result set because I wrote fetch all. So the entire result set, whatever is obtained by executing this SQL commands, will be transferred into this particular variable. And when you print this, you know what will happen? You will get to see a list. Okay? You will get to see a list. Wherein what will happen? Every row of that table will come as a tuple. So the element of the list will be basically tuples. Tuples, we know that comes under a pair of simple bracket. So first record, comma, second record, comma, third record. This is how all the records will be there as a part of a list. So now you can make out why the rows are called tuples. Okay, rows of a database had another name tuples. So in reality also, when we get it connected through the Python, we get to display all of them through as a tuple of basically as a list element, wherein every element will be a tuple. Fine. I'm making this video short because bigger video creates a problem. Remaining part I will tell you in the next video.